When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever.
Sick with the talk, passing your receiver.
All about running the spot.
And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather.
Cardio kingpin.
Subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align, we'll move it all
simultaneously over joints we rock.
We earn
30 years so you can say we got
3 turns.
Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men.
We install doubt in you and your yes men.
And if the game had veins, we'll insert
upheaval the ground.
Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all, keep the flow.
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
What you talking about? Space out your mind.
But can you rock it like rockets,
fool? That's a close encounter of what kind?
Ready, set, stay back. Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Turn it up, y'all, keep the flow.
Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, we giving the show.
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
What you talking about? Space out your mind.
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's
fool?
a close encounter of what kind?
Ready, set, stay back. But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. Joseph now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
Everybody, 40, 44 to Mike. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here we go, 40. Mike, 44. Man, I got you.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Go, get out there.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, If you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 46-yard line.
Here we go. Watch the run. Here we go. Kill. 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Prescott to throw this time. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Check. Watch 54. So we got man.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Mayfield. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 yards there, first down.
Watch the pass.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Slam.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Extra point up and through, and it's now a 7-0 game. Joseph now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go. Take over first down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Looking sideline, incomplete. The intended receiver was Rashard Higgins. That'll bring up second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Mayfield down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
40. 180. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On first and 10, Mayfield. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
Brings up second and 2 at the Cowboys' 17-yard line.
Facing a second and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And again, it's Mayfield. That's complete, right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Check. Watch it before.
They'll run with Chubb. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Brings up second and goal at the 6-yard line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal.
Just like that. Just like that.
Now Mayfield. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's third and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He can run for it, and he will. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The kick by Joseph is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
Joseph now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, let's have some fun while while we have a minute here. Fantasy drafts are in full swing. I know I've got my family fantasy draft coming up, Charles. Who would be your top 3 picks? I know that you're a noted fantasy football expert, so who would you take?
Well, you've got to start with guys who are going to touch the football and put it in the end zone, right? You got to score points. How about Saquon Barkley with the Giants? You know he's going to run it. He's going to catch it. When they get desperate, they may actually have him return it as well. Alvin Kamara is an absolute matchup nightmare for everyone. And Christian McCaffrey, did he ever come off the field last year? And, you know, this guy, he's a threat to be a 1,000-yard runner and a 1,000-yard receiver, as is Kamara. So this is going to be fun to watch. I can't wait to see those guys do their thing. But there are plenty of other guys out there. If they both come to camp, we'll see how that works out. How about Todd Gurley and his health? Because, boy, when he touches the ball, great things usually happen.
And then wondering, someone like Le'Veon Bell took the year off, now a new offense. But if he starts going like he used to, he's obviously going to be a good one.
Fresh legs is what you're counting on with Le'Veon Bell and a fresh start in New York with the Jets. And if you're looking for an exciting rookie, remember this. Kyler Murray's going to get the ball from the first snap, and they're going to leave him in there throughout. And as long as he stays healthy, he's going to pitch it around the park a bunch. Don't be surprised if he gets a little love, too.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
I'm about to take you to school. 36, 36. Quick dash. Come. Watch out. Here we go. Go to 54. 180.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Kill.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
Single in the slot. Here we go. Go to 54. 180. Watch that in, tight end right. Here we go. Going to 53. Kill. Check 37.
Prescott from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Here now, Brett Maher. He hit from 62 in his rookie season of 2018. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. That's running out of steam. It won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. The Browns drive about to get started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Nice hit, boy.
It's a good 2 yards.
Check.
And it's third down.
Ready? Watch out.
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got Landry, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there, just like last play.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Mayfield now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Mayfield looks to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they look pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skilled players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona. Everyone excited about it. And I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was drafted. Daniel Jones, that was a different situation in New York. The fans weren't real excited about him coming in, but the reason they drafted him has a similar demeanor and talent to Eli Manning, and he's acquitting himself quite nicely in the early going. And Dwayne Haskins a little more up and down in Washington, but they love the big arm of this guy, and he's back at home. Remember, he grew up in Potomac, Maryland.
It's 3rd down and 6.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Go to 54, go to 54. Then we're going to 53. Check 3. Then we go 47. 26.
Prescott. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
50. Here we go. Hey, let's get in that holes. We're going to 54. He's coming, double up. Here we go. Going to 54. Going to 54. Then we're going to 53. Safety screaming. At 47. Out. 26.
A first down throw for Prescott. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here we go. 46.
Now Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at a top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catcher, the best pass-catching tight end in history, in Tony Gonzalez. How would he like to work against this secondary? Champ Bailey and Ty Law at corner, Ed Reed and Johnny Robinson at safety. Good luck trying to get open against those 4. What a
Jarvis Landry, the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, 61 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Then we're going to 53. Under crush, under crush, under. Then we're going to 54. Wide in. Watch the way.
Now Prescott. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
What we got? What we got? What we got? We're going to 54. Wide in. We're going to 54. Going to 54. Wide in. We're going to 54. Going to 54. Wide in. Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58. Right there. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
Prescott on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. Cooper was the intended target.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And again, it's Chubb. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Play fake. Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? The quarterback gets hit.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Throwing. Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Switch, hey, can't move it. You gotta get that. At 58. Here we go, 47. Here we go. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Cooper's got it. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. Prescott now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Kill.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. Prescott now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, again to Elliott. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Come off the ball. Under. We're going to 54. 1-8. 58, boys. 58. Mike. Silver. We're going to 54. 1-8.
Prescott down. This is caught with a catch right side. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
Hey, kill. Here we go, going to 54, going to 53. 1-8. Here we go, going to 53. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Prescott to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch 54. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's get that ball.
To throw, Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Nick Chubb, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Mayfield now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Mayfield. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
3rd and long for Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Check girls, check.
Gun.
Again, it's Elliott. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eating.
Wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Then we're going to 53. 26.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And way down into the red zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15. A big run that time by Elliott. 43 yards on the ground.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. Elliott running right. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the past. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
On second down now, it's Elliott, and he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run, and the Cowboys cut into that lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
10 yards there to start the drive and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Now Mayfield. Caught left side. It's Beckham. A gain of 6 there on first.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. From the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Here's Austin. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And they'll spot him at the 3-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
They start on the ground with Elliott. Showed some flash on the run, but he will be brought down shy of his 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
The last run got 6, now second and 4. To throw is Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to do what we call flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's Prescott. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 26, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Mike. Set. 20. Mike by 4. You're not ready. You're not ready.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was Baker Mayfield who led the way. The #1 pick in 2018. He showed why.